Good afternoon, and it is September here at Jim Cartwright Field at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, home of the Columbia Central Lions. I am Chris Yao, joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Drake Colley.
I don't know about the legend part, but I'm
well,
here.
We've got a legend with us. It may not be you.
We do have a legend with us. He's sitting on your left over there.
It's going to be a fantastic show, Drake. And I'll tell you what, the best part about all of this is it's overcast, so it doesn't feel like 1,000,000 degrees out here for the first time all season long.
Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's great not to be looking into directly into the sun sitting right here. And as we said, we've got a guy we had with us since the inception of game day shows, Keith Stacy. He's back, folks, and good afternoon, Keith, and welcome back to Game Day.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
We missed your expertise on breaking down the ball games and making the predictions. So now
I'll go ahead and tell you that I haven't done that for tonight's game.
What?
Didn't do it. I talked to Chris this afternoon. I'm following a different format this year.
All right. Okay.
The format is wing it.
Well, let me say I'm following a different format tonight.
Okay. Well, along with Keith Stacy, we've got, of course, Chris Pointer, Murray County Athletics Director, and assistant head honcho over there.
Assistant head honcho.
That's my official title right there.
He's the right-hand man to Lisa Ventura.
Little kahuna.
Little
kahuna as opposed to the big kahuna.
I'll take that. Little kahuna. I've never been called little anything.
And Eric, right as we were coming on, right before we came on, you said you turned and looked at the field here at the Jim Cartwright Field, by the way, at where we are at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and you said, man, next year all this green grass right here is going to be replaced.
It's going to be gone. Probably by, if the weather holds, Chris, tell me if I'm right, by the end of the calendar year, running through December right into January, we should be wrapping it up and see fresh turf right here.
Yep, that's the plan.
So
boys
football
soccer season's over with,
boys soccer should play.
We plan to have this ready for boys soccer.
How about that?
That'll be fantastic, and that's what's so exciting about these sports turfs that are going in across Murray County Public Schools is that they're multi-use fields. So there's just not going to be football. There's going to be lined off for soccer.
Yep.
And you name it.
Got that lacrosse going yet? No?
Not yet. Not yet.
Who's asking?
The fields can be used over and over and over again. And we've said it before on the Game Day show, without the football coaches running the kids off the field to keep the grass from being beat down or torn up or whatever the turf was, with this sports turf, Eric, they can get out there and run all day on it and play on it an hour later.
They can. And I talked to Wayne Lindsay, who's over the park here with Al Ray this week, specifically about this. This time of year, you've got high school soccer with girls. You've got Whitthorne playing middle school soccer. You've got a JV game, a freshman game. You got a Friday night game.
Middle school football.
Middle school football's playing here. And he said we just can't make it look good all the time. He said we work as hard as we can, but at some point in the season, you look at the field and you say, I wish it was in better shape than it is right now. So the turf will help solve that in many ways. And looking, Chris and I just turned around and looked. If you look now, the slope on the field that we're noticing that we really had never looked at before.
It's huge.
It's really big. The crown's out there, even coming off the sidelines. And those are things that we'll correct and move forward and make this a playable surface for everybody.
Well, talking about looking out there and looking at the crown on this natural grass field here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, the replacement at Mount Pleasant High School, we talked about it before, over 200 truckloads of dirt were taken off that field to get the crown off of it and flatten it completely out to put that sports turf off. So you can imagine looking at this field, it might be
Might be more than
might
that
be
coming off of
It
this.
might be
It
twice
may be.
that much. I mean,
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a good bit. And this field has the nice big sidelines, and we're going to wall with it. And Chris will tell you that it'll curb around the whole thing. And so what we have found in our turf adventure here, we just had a discussion today. The further we can keep grass away from turf, the easier life is on everyone. So we will turf this entire thing. You'll have concrete all the way around it.
Everywhere that we see grass inside here around the field, sidelines, end zones, everything will be sports turf.
And it's pretty. We've got the layout of it. This field has something in it that none of the others do. It's got a watermark behind it. It's got a big Columbia C watermarked in behind the logo. I think when you're up in the Marriott Will press box up here and you look down, you're going to go, man, that's really cool. And it's a feature that this game-on surface that we've worked with and talked to you guys so much about that we can do because of that. So I think this is going to be a pretty field. I think that purple and that gold's going to pop off of it, and everybody's going to be real proud of what Columbia's got to show right here.
It's going to look fantastic. But until then, we're going to play high school football on it 5 times this year, including tonight when Columbia Central hosts Hunters Lane right here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about that game. We've got several other games in the southern Middle Tennessee area, including 2 games in Murray County Public Schools as Mount Pleasant's over at Waverly and Spring Hill is taking on Maplewood. So we'll talk a little bit more about those games as well. We're going to have Coach Tredarius Goff later in the show. He's going to bring up a couple of players as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're of course going to do exactly what we always do, Drake. We're going to discuss and pick our winners. A little bit later. Can't wait.
We could do that.
Cannot wait.
That's a lot of fun.
Last week we did a pretty good job.
I love being. Did we not? We did okay.
We did pretty good last week. So I'm really
I just
excited.
remember a couple of weeks ago I picked Columbia over Marshall County, and it just broke my heart. That was a 3-point loss for the Lions, and hard-fought game, and I was on top of that. I was wrong. So
and that was really the worst part about it.
I mean, I got to make up for that tonight, and I think I've got the correct winner pick when we get down to that part of the show.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. Keith, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
You have been a
MIA.
completely missed all season long to this point.
I mean, these guys, I get tired of seeing these guys over here on my right. I mean, Chris and Eric. I mean, so every week, where's Keith? Where's Keith?
So did they really not tell you where I was at?
You haven't been in prison, have you?
No.
Okay.
Over there,
No.
Well, that's good.
over there across the street from John C. Toon Airport.
Study abroad. He was study abroad.
I'm going to mark prison off my bingo card, okay? I'm not going to check that. So.
I will say this. Keith Stacy is an actual football legend because I grew up in Lewisburg, and in fact, we've talked about this before. The first year he taught, I was one of his students, year 1 and year 2. That's why I'm such a well-rounded English-speaking human that I am now. But this is the winning touchdown. This is the receiver caught the winning touchdown in the '84 Clinic Bowl and gave Marshall County a state championship. So we've got an actual football legend in my world, because in Lewisburg world, that's a legend right there.
Eats for free, gets free gas, and all of that.
Have you bought your own meal in that county since then? I mean,
I think I've bought all of them.
He ain't got a free one yet. They don't even give him a hot dog at the concession stand, he told me.
I tell you what, those the glory days are easily and soon forgotten. And I say that tongue in cheek. The folks in Marshall County do still remember us, and it's a great thing. I've told everybody over there, I'm ready for somebody else needs to win one.
Well, I can tell you this. We've got somebody who was the most valuable player in a state championship win
offense and defense.
on both sides of the football. He's going to come up and join us here in just a moment. He's going to bring a couple of guys that he feels real confident with on the football field. So we'll get to it in just a moment. We'll be taking a break. It is the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show. We are live from the spot where Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week, Columbia Central, Hunters Lane, a little bit later tonight. We'll be right back after this. Stick around on Murray County Public Schools Game Day on the Front Porch Sports Network.
I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Do you wanna be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you wanna taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
He shoots and he scores!
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
We are back here live at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, Jim Cartwright Field behind us, the Marion Will Hoyt press box, 2 hour left, and we are joined on the stage by Columbia Central football coach Tredarius Goff. He's got a couple of players with him. Drake, tell us who we have 2 hour left.
Well, Coach Goff, thank you for joining us as you brought two of your players for tonight's game, as we have number one, Justice Haggard, and Justice is running back and a free safety.
Yes, sir.
And welcome to the show. He carries number one on his uniform. Number two is Quan Sims. He's defensive back.
Yes, sir.
And Quan, we talked, you're just straight defense.
Yes, sir.
I got you. You got a nice smile. I bet that's a pretty smile you've got, my friend.
Thank you.
Coach Goff, welcome to the show. And we were just talking about last week's game and last week's score, 22-2. You all beat Dixon County. And I've watched a lot of football. I'm an old man, and I've seen a lot of football games.
It's definitely a score game.
High school, college, pros. I don't ever think I've seen a 22-2 final.
Like I said, I've never been a part of it till last Friday. So.
And tell me about after the game was over. Tell me about what you were most satisfied with about your team after the Dixon County win.
The thing I was most satisfied was how the defense performed. We held them to just over 100 yards, barely 100 yards, and no touchdowns offensively. So that was satisfying to me coming into our second week. Following that first week matchup we had, we knew we had to get stronger in the trenches and play better defensively. And that's what I told my defense that Sunday when we came in. It don't matter what go on in the game. I expect my defense to, stay steady. If it's high, if it's low, whatnot, stay steady, get stops, and get us the ball back. And that's what they answered the call on last Friday.
And folks, we're also here with Maury County Public Schools Athletic Director Chris Pointer. And Chris, I think you'll agree with me, and Coach Goff probably so. You'll agree also. Playing Marshall County that first game, I mean they're a tough opponent. And they've showed that.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they went to Shelbyville, lit them up for, I think, 57 points.
57-45.
So playing a good, tough opponent like that right out of the gate is good for your squad, good for your team. Can you talk a little bit about that? And
yeah, most definitely. It is good. First game out, you got a team and a program that's been successful year after year. They got quality guys who can make plays and speed. And then the coaching staff, they got a good coaching staff as well. I think he was the all-star coach this past all-star game. And, and that's like I tell my guys, with them guys down there in Marshall, man, they breed. That's what they do year-round. They play football. So when you run up against a guy like that, you gotta handle your business, and you can't make the mistakes that we made offensively, turning the ball over and missing tackles. And that was a big thing as well that we didn't capitalize on. And you're not going to beat a good team like Marshall making the mistakes that we made. And a testament to my guys, down late, we got the ball with a drive to either, score or kick a field goal, win the game,
or win the ball
tie the game. Yep. And we came up short on the fourth down. But, that, like I said, you can't put yourself in that situation against good teams. You got to handle business, take care of the ball, and end drives and points and not turnovers.
And knowing you and how you coach and your mindset, there are no moral victories.
Nah.
I mean, you don't believe in that. You don't believe in that, Chris.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, there are no moral victories. I mean, the 25-22 loss, like you said, was more of a kind of a. It was a 3-point loss to a good team, Marshall County, but it's a learning opportunity for your players, your coaching staff, and yourself.
Yep,
and to prove to your players early on in the season, like you said, making mistakes, guys, doing penalties, turnovers, whatever it is, against a good team, you just can't do it. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Those costly penalties, especially on defense and mainly on offense, I found when we were playing Marshall County, we had plenty of times where we just backed up off of just penalties and missed blocks and just things on us that we could, stop, and so we could, get things going on offense, but we just didn't find that until the second half.
And Quan, against Dixon in the 22-2, what did your success on defense? What do you attribute to holding them, Dixon County, to around 100 yards of total offense for 4 quarters? That's pretty good.
Throughout the whole week of practice, we went hard against each other. We got better throughout the week. Friday came easy. Everybody just, went hard the whole time. We came together on defense, and it's going to be just like that tonight.
And I don't mean to harp on the Marshall County game, but you played a hard, tough game against Marshall County. A little bit frustrated probably as a team, as a unit after that game. Then you have a week of practice leading up to Dixon County, and you were probably ready to take a little frustration out on somebody that wasn't wearing purple and white.
Of course,
I mean,
we took that game personal. And
So let me ask a question, and to you two young men. So the season has started, and I know you all both have kind of goals that you have set for the team. Speak about the goals that you have for the team and the way that you're leading in the locker room.
I say just don't let nobody beat us but us. Not saying like that.
Yeah, I got you.
But don't let us beat us.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when we look at our schedule, we feel like, I hang out with these guys outside of football too. So it's like I'm going out here every day, every practice, every game, like me against them, us against them. Like we should beat everybody.
We got a great team defensively all around, but I think every game from here on out should be like last Friday. Defensively, offensively, we're gonna get going, and it's gonna be 10 times worse. It's gonna be more than 22-2 or whatever you want.
So and y'all been around Coach Goff now. I think it's going on year 2. So what is the one thing that kind of resonates in your mind that you get from Coach Goff every day?
To always go hard, like even in practice, whenever you can't, whenever you feel like you can't, in conditioning and team offense, team defense, all that stuff, he preaches all the time just to keep going, and it's mentally in your mind to just like when things get hard to keep going.
I get from him to be a dog. We are clearly the underdogs. Go out there and be a dog and show them that we should be here.
Justice, you made the move from wide receiver to running back with the departure of Caden McCoy to graduation. And what has that transition been like for you this offseason and now getting into some game experience? Are you feeling a little more comfortable in week 3 than maybe you were in week 1 at that position?
I'd say I've always been comfortable with it since before I came here. I did play running back. So, I mean, being an athlete, you could really play anywhere on the field. So coming back to running back, it wasn't hard. I dealt with a couple injuries through the offseason. But, getting healthy, it wasn't really, a hard transition for me.
Coach Goff, what is your philosophy this year? What is the thing that you're trying to press upon those kids? I know they talked about going hard 100%. I know you've really worked hard behind the scenes, but what is the theme? What is the theme this year for the team?
Man, and one of my things I say is believe bigger, and that's just meaning, man, you believe, you got faith in something, but you can have a little bit more faith, and you go hard, but you can go harder. And the main thing I preach to them, like they said, is to be a dog. It's the brotherhood. Don't let the brotherhood down. Everybody pull the rope and pick your teammates up, and everybody fight together. And that's just what I'm big on, is family, man. And that's what I tell them all the time. If my family need me, I'm gonna be there for them, and that's what this team is one big family, one big brotherhood, and we there for each other.
And part of being a dog is being accountable, right? Doing your job. You guys doing what Coach Goff and his all-star staff of coaches, Coach Wade, Coach Hall. I mean, there you can go on, doing what these guys are coaching you to do, being in the right position, doing the right thing. And then if you're not and you make a mistake, middle mistake, penalty, being accountable for yourself, right?
Yes,
and own it and say, hey, that was on me. Next time I got it. You know what I mean?
That goes with being a leader.
That's right.
Teaches us that too.
That's right.
Be a leader and be able to be coached.
And the younger guys looking up to starters, guys like you all, that show the way. And if you all lead by example, then the whole program, Coach, will improve and get better as the years go by.
Continue to elevate. Yep, it's about laying that foundation. And the seniors of last year did a great job of laying the foundation. And these guys like Quan Sims, they're picking up right where they left off and leading the torch. I said Quan because Justice is only a junior, and I'm just speaking for the senior class. But Justice does a good job of holding people accountable and working hard as well. So they're doing it by leading by example.
So before we get out, what are you all's future aspirations? Once you leave Columbia Central High School, what do you desire to do after that at the next level?
I desire to, go play college football somewhere, regardless of where it, if it's not Power 5, if it's not D1, just somewhere, and then pursuing something outside of football if that doesn't work out for me. I don't know what that is yet. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah.
None of us did. It's okay.
You got a little time.
You got time. You got plenty of time.
To figure that out. It's okay.
So I'm a dual sport athlete. I play baseball, football. I just want to go to college to play sports. Hopefully I get a chance to play 4 more years at a college and take it somewhere else. I want to be successful. That's what I want my future to look like.
And making that decision and you all being so sports oriented, and real quick, talk about your family. I mean, how important your family has been in supporting you since you all have been probably old enough to remember going to little leagues or going to ballparks and being hauled back, picked up, taken to practice and picked up from. So how important is that? If you think back, say, wow, without the support of my family, I probably wouldn't be here right now, right?
Yeah, I say it's really important because, my parents, they aren't together. So my dad lives in Shelbyville, and he comes to the games every Friday. So, going back and forth, I used to play Little League here. I used to play Little League there.
Okay.
So it was, just being there and making the sacrifices, even to this day, going out of state for tournaments, camps, things like that. It just means a lot.
What they sacrificed to get you to the tournaments and allow you to play sports, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Quan, is that the same?
Yeah, that's exactly the same. My family means a lot to me. My mom, she's my hero. I don't know what I would do without her.
Your best friend.
I love her.
I can't tell you, if you're not watching this, if you are listening on 101.7, if you couldn't hear the smile in Quan's voice when he said his mom's his hero, you could see it on the screen. This kid really loves his mama.
Absolutely.
And we love to hear that, Quan. We absolutely do. And we always love to have Coach Darius Goff with us in year number 2. Coach, it's a lot of fun on Friday nights. It's a lot of work to get to these, but it's time to go out there and show all of that preparation tonight against Hunters Lane. What do you expect to see from your guys tonight?
I expect to see toughness, resilience, being physical, controlling the line of scrimmage and execution. And that's the main thing, protecting the ball, because we struggled the last 2 weeks of giving the ball away and giving over possessions, So I want our offense to finish drives tonight and defense to pick up where they left off last week and get quality stops, back them up and have them punting and give us good field position.
Because you're about to get into the stretch, right?
Yep.
I mean, you got that after tonight, Hunters Lane, you've got Shelbyville, Lawrence County, Tullahoma, Spring Hill. Get a little bit of a break, Franklin County, or open weekend, Franklin County. I mean, you're you're in that region stretch.
Yeah, it's going to start, and not to look ahead of nothing, but next week. You got another quality opponent, coming. We got to go on the road next week.
One that apparently Justice Haggard is looking forward to playing. My guess is this guy is definitely excited to go to the show.
I think he's had that Shelbyville game circled.
He's circled.
That's right. Highlighted circles, arrows pointing to it. So, and we'll be keeping an eye on you, Justin, on that game too. Yeah, absolutely. So
we appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show. Again, it's the game of the week. Hunters Lane at Columbia Central tonight. Again, Coach Darius Goff, Quan, Justice, good luck tonight. We'll look forward to seeing a win.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Good luck tonight.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more with the legend of Keith Stacy, and we're looking forward to it. So stick around here on the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show. We'll be right back in just a moment.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we're back here once again at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, the one in Middle Tennessee, not the one in East Tennessee. Those are two separate things. This is the football version and soccer,
Yes.
I guess, version
Yes.
of Lindsey Nelson Stadium. The other's a baseball field. It's completely different. But we are here at Columbia Central High School. They'll take on Hunters Lane a little bit later on the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week. You can listen to it on both 101.7 FM and 103.7 FM in the golden tones of Barry Duke, the voice of the Columbia Central Lions.
Smoothest voice in the business.
Telling you.
Barry Smooth Duke. He's extremely smooth. But, hey, folks, right here, Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show. We call it that because along with 101.7 FM, WKOM, and the Murray County Public Schools, we are bringing you this game day show, and then directly after this, 7 o'clock, like we said, we're going up to the booth. Barry Duke and Maverick Dickinson are going to have the game call between Hunters Lane, directly behind us, and Columbia Central High School Lions, right here.
If you're not here.
On Jim Cartwright Field in Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
In front of Marion Wilhoit
They'll be
press
calling
box.
it from the Marion Wilhoit press box from the Dan James Media Center. I can't believe I got all that out.
You did great.
You correct. That's it.
Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Yeah, I think I got all that right.
You did a good
Did
job.
I do that right?
That's
Keith?
really impressive. I'm
impressed. You sound like a NASCAR driver there.
I tell you what. And folks, another thing we're excited about this afternoon is we get a couple of guys back that have not been, well, here all the first part of the year. First, one of the legend from Marshall County, Keith Stacy over here, and the other one is Jonathan Legend Berry, former MTSU O lineman, and he works for Murray County Public School Systems. And then at the end, we've got Eric Perryman, who heads the operations and makes sure all these projects with the $28 million that we've been talking about for the last couple of seasons is going to be spread out across Murray County to all the sports facilities from Santa Fe to Culleoka. Eric, am I right about that? If I'm saying something wrong, tell me.
No, keep talking. You got it.
Okay. All right. And so we've been up at Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant has that beautiful sports turf on their football field. We had the high school jamboree up there. It was a huge success, Murray County High School Jamboree. Mount Pleasant is in Waverly tonight, so that sports turf's going to get a little bit of a break, I guess, for a little bit. But the people that have been in Mount Pleasant. And when we've done the game day up there, not only the community of Mount Pleasant, but the people that are coming in, the visitors from out of town to play on that field, they're kind of in awe, aren't they?
They are.
I mean, seriously, I'm not joking about this. They're
What did those boys from Wayne County say? That ain't real grass.
Yeah, that's some of the best turf I believe I've ever been on. It's comparable to what they have at the Titan Stadium.
And Keith, I know you being part of the Maury County Public School System, surely you've got to be almost as amazed as visitors are or everybody else is about that stuff.
As you were describing all of the things that operations has done with that money, I couldn't help but think hats off to that department. They have done an outstanding job. The videos, the social media posts with these things going in all the way to completion has not only made visiting teams stand in awe of it, but coaches around the area who I know text me or call me, or when I see them, they say, "Are y'all really doing that? I saw this on Facebook." And, yep, we're doing it.
Well, it's really something special, and I hope everyone that's listening to our show today or whenever they do get a chance to watch this show or listen to it, and they're in Maury County and they've got kids that go to school in Maury County or grandkids or whoever, family members, and they need to kind of just understand, folks, something good is going to happen to a school community near you if you just give it a little time. Right, Eric? I mean, we can't get there's only so many people working. You can't get everything done at once. But I promise you, whatever you need at your school facilities, sports-wise, they're going to be addressed, and they're going to be taken care of eventually.
They are, and we're excited. We've got 2 projects that we're working on right now. Chris and I were just talking as we started. We've got a project that we may end up being the most excited about by the time we're done, and it started off as something we didn't think was going to be a big deal, but we've just kind of buried in it, and it's really cool. I'll tell you this. We've had school districts from as far away as the state of Washington contact us and say, we saw, and specifically they saw the Battle Creek drone footage that Coach Paul Lamb up there was posting, and he's part of National Coaches Associations. They were like, how is your school district doing this? This is something that we want, that we've tried to do. How do we do this? And the answer has been the commitment from our school board, from our local leaders to allow us to fund this. This board really funded this, and then the trust that they've given us to say, hey, go identify what needs to be done. But people are watching, not just here, not just in the mid-state. We're getting calls from all over from folks that, I mean, we're going to end up doing 12 fields just on the turf alone, and that's just a part of what we've done with this $28 million. But it is the eye-catching part of it, and folks are saying, how do you do this? And it's really the commitment of our school board and the trust that they put in us to let us do this.
If they do it in Washington State, at least that one fellow won't have far to drive.
He can stay home, right?
That's right.
That poor guy drove all the way here, and so he'll have a shorter drive. Yeah,
and I was just happened to be in Mount Pleasant yesterday afternoon. I drove by, I went over towards Washington Avenue to see a friend, and I drove past the tennis courts at Mount Pleasant High School, and they're out there rolling the court. They're out there
painting them up.
And those are our guys. Those are our maintenance guys, our paint crew that paints the buildings.
They were working on the tennis courts, the 4 courts there that are at Mount Pleasant High School.
They are, and I'll tell you, we had to do a lot of in-depth study as to how you do that, and Sherwin-Williams worked with us here in town. That paint actually has sand in it.
Kind of a grit.
For the grit and everything. But our guys really buried themselves and said, hey, we want to do this. It was going to be about $45,000 to have those redone. And our guys are doing it, and we're going to do it for about $8. And
I need to get into resurfacing tennis courts.
But that's
when they're on business drink.
That's just the pride.
Down the whole time, yeah.
Yeah, that's the pride that our people have said, hey, let us get on this. And Montana Cards is our lead painter, Murray Ring over at Maintenance. They were like, let us get this done. We want to do it. Because when we say people did this right, we want to be able to say we did it, and it's been really cool.
The tennis courts are looking great, and, I just, like we've said before, that we feel as though, and I'm sure Maury County Public Schools, you guys on the downtown office, so to speak, feel the same way, that sports are the doormat or welcome mat. Let's not say doormat.
Yeah, let's
say welcome mat.
Oh, yeah, front door to
the front of the house for the whole high school.
Curb appeal, baby.
I mean, if you're going home shopping for a new home and you pull up in front of the house with the realtor and it just looks terrible from the front, then
Strike
you know
one.
what? Then probably Honey and you are going to say, you know what? What's the next house on the list? If it doesn't look good and have that, like you said, Chris, curb appeal, then it's time to move on. And so addressing the sports facilities around the county for all unit schools and public schools, cities, whatever.
While you guys were just talking to the players, Mr. Stacy and I were talking, these sports may be more important than ever to our kids because we see a lot of lack of resiliency, a lot of lack of work ethic in kids now. And I'm not throwing stones at kids, but sports build those. And these coaches that are here are role models, and they make folks do. So it may be more important than ever to have these programs for our kids and to pull them into school and really push them to do well.
And really, without sports, we connected to sports. There's so many other extracurricular clubs. I mean, there's band, there's key clubs, there's all types of fundraising opportunities that are tied to the football programs, the basketball programs, and baseball. I mean, all programs.
Well,
and
Grantland Rice once said that schools without sports are medieval study halls.
and that sounds about right.
I knew we'd been missing some class and couth around here. Didn't y'all know that?
The Grantland Rice Bowl. You're going way back, aren't you? You know the teams that played in all of them?
And I don't know how much. What are we? A couple minutes away from the next break? Because I want to talk to Jonathan Berry.
Talk to him
on the. And Jonathan, we've just had that tragic shooting in Georgia, and I'm sure you being part of you being the safety director for Maury County Schools. I mean, that just breaks your heart to see something as tragic as that go on, and B, it kind of puts you on a little bit of on alert. Am I getting that? Am I making sense when I say that?
It does. We're always in an active. We're always alert and
well,
ready
not
for a
to
situation.
Say that you're not. But
no, we're not. But that does bring it to the forefront, and it gets people thinking about it again. And then, unfortunately, these acts that take place are what increase funding for safety, and that's when people start talking about it again. And unfortunately, as a nation, we almost are getting numb to it at some point because it's just another one. But it's not just another because that's somebody's child that has passed away. But each time that we look into those and we start studying what happened in those particular situations, and again, a lot of the stuff that we won't go into detail of our security measures that we have here because we don't want the whole world knowing, but this has prompted us, again, we're moving forward with another project with a system that we already have called Raptor who checks for people when they come into the building. Raptor also offers a panic alert type button that we can
activate the system.
Activate the system that we can have in a teacher's classroom. It's not necessarily a panic button they wear around their neck or whatever, but we're working on that. We're actually meeting with that next week. We actually discussed that today at about 10 o'clock, moving forward with that. So that's something that we're going to look at to increase the usability of our Raptor system.
And I know sometimes it just seems like, unfortunately, you can have all the safety systems in the world in place, and somehow somebody slips through a crack and figures out a way to get in or around it. I mean, it's just, and it's almost impossible, to make something foolproof. But
you would have to run a school like a jail. Like a jail track, and we don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
The goal of it is, and I hate to say it, but it's we're going to mitigate the loss of life because if something ever happens, something bad is going to happen. We're going to decrease people getting hurt.
But when something like this
obviously
shooting happens in Georgia, then you and your team kind of find out what happened, how it happened, how it all evolved and went in, and if you have something that you can do here in Maury County to thwart that from happening here, you address it.
Each time, each one of these situations, we learn something, and we move forward from that. So we learn something every time. What it'll be from this, we don't know. It could be the fact that they did have an alert system like that, and that alert system they had in that building probably did mitigate the loss of life.
Okay.
It could have been more people who were hurt, injured, or died, but with that will come, more information as we move forward with this. It's so fresh with us
That's
right
terrific. That's good news. Okay, we're up against our next break. Chris, you want to take us to it?
We are indeed up against our next break, and we have a couple of folks who are scheduled to join us who I don't
There they are.
see. Oh, there they are.
There
okay.
they are.
Oh. So stick around. We've got a couple of big guests coming up right here on
Dignitaries.
Dignitaries.
Important guests, not big guests. Important guests.
We got the big boys warming up behind us, guys.
So y'all stick with us. We'll be right back here on Front Porch Sports Murray County Public Schools Game Day right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, but they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
We're back here at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, where behind us is Jim Cartwright Field, and Hunters Lane is
warming up
as they will take on the host Columbia Central Lions at 7 o'clock. The Golden Tones of Barry Duke will be on 101.7, 103.7, and across the world on Front Porch Sports Network. You can watch the game. If you are here and just want to go back and watch it, you can watch it on Front Porch Sports Network YouTube channel, Kennedy Broadcasting on Facebook, X, Twitch, everywhere you might want to find a football game. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can watch it absolutely free. You can go back and watch earlier weeks as well, and of course you can watch every single week.
That's right. It's
on
archived.
The Front Porch Network.
It's archived on online, so you can pull it up whenever you want to watch it.
Anytime. I watched
you
last.
You can get up in the morning and watch it with a cup of coffee if you want.
I watched it on my Roku. I pulled up YouTube and watched it on my television, my big screen right before college football. It was a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's super cool to watch these kids, and I'm super excited about what we've got going on.
A great feature about being able to do that as a parent. Now, my son is out of school now, but John Michael down there is listening. I guarantee you that he will watch his son play in person and then go back at least once and watch it on YouTube.
At least once. I mean, at least.
I think it's great that we have that here. I think it's just another.
And speaking of John Michael, we have, and this show, as we are full of Maury County Public School dignitaries, we have the Director of Student Services for all of Maury County Public School System.
That's correct.
All right, and
Still
so
new to me too.
I wasn't really sure. I really wasn't sure what that encompassed, so I had to ask John Michael exactly what is that, and he threw out there discipline, which. Back in the day, you and I might have crossed paths when I was here at Columbia Central, and attendance. And there's another one. So I've probably been two for two as far as running across your desk. But welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And we normally have the big kahuna. You know who the big kahuna is, don't you?
I don't.
Lisa Ventura.
Oh,
is the big
okay.
one. So we normally we get her on here, and she just talks too much. So we've decided not to have her on here.
Goodness!
But
no comment.
And sitting to your right is Jonathan Berry, and Jonathan, you were telling me that you two guys work together. Jonathan, you're the director of safety for the Maury County Public School System. Yeah. So tell the folks how you two guys interact at Maury County Public School System.
Well, other than our offices are right down the hall from each other, we work hand in hand on several different things. I also handle transportation, and in that we have bus discipline issues that we work hand in hand with and take care of that. But also, and unfortunately, we have situations with employees or whatever. Other situations that happen across the district that he and I both, and along with the HR department, work hand in hand and investigate and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and in the right place where they're supposed to be. So, and those are two of the main things that he and I work together on.
And during the break, Chris Yao mentioned that he saw in Miami where the Miami school systems down there were using outside video cameras for their buses of drivers just basically ignoring the stop signs that are put out on the side of the bus while they're unloading and loading children onto the bus, and they're just blowing past them.
Absolutely, Drake, and that's just not a problem down in Miami. That's a problem here in Maury County in the city of Columbia. Every day we have a report from our drivers that someone's passed the stop arm, and I would suspect some of that comes up with distracted driving, and that probably cell phones don't help that situation any. But it's a serious situation, folks. And if you're out there, and I know it's frustrating to get behind the cheese if you're trying to get to work or if you're trying to get back home, but it's no different than, we talked about the school shooting earlier. Those children are in that bus.
Children's safety comes first. We
expect them to be safe.
Before you getting home another 3 or 4 minutes earlier than you.
We expect them to be safe in that bus, and we try to keep our routes to where the buses dismiss or you disembark the bus on the right side of the road and walk either to your house or from your stop, towards your house. But there are times when the child has to cross in front of the bus, And that stop sign is vital. That is to stop traffic. It is a stop sign when it comes out, and all the laws apply.
And that's right. It is the law, and you should stop and don't go around it. So we're going to make a public service announcement right now between you two guys to tell people, hey, when you see the stop sign, when you see the arm come out, that means you all stop behind the bus, let the kids safely get on or get off, whatever it is, and let the bus pull the arm in and start moving forward. Then you can go.
What the bus will do, he or she will turn on what they call amber lights, and they'll have those on. And then as they're coming to their stop, when the area clears, they'll turn on the red lights, and then that the red lights come on, the door opens, and the stop sign comes out. And you, as a motoring citizen, have to stop for that stop sign.
Well, and unfortunately, guys, probably the only thing that's going to stop people from doing this is if you get the Columbia Police Department to follow far behind and pick off a few of those drivers that are not following the law,
and we
issue a few expensive citations,
we have
and they
done
might.
We've done that before. We worked with the Highway Patrol, the Murray County Sheriff's Department, local municipalities.
So, folks, we're not making threats. We're just stating the fact that the next time that you think about going around that school bus stop sign, there could be a law enforcement officer with a camera on you or right behind you.
You just never know when one may be riding in the bus with them,
taking down license plates.
You cannot run the radio.
And also, that's in effect in the school parking lot too. You'll have them run around the school bus too.
Yeah,
So-
that's why we have to have the first bus in line, last bus in line, hold the stop sign. You're not supposed to. You can't.
Yeah.
You're not passing the bus in those
There you
areas
go.
either.
And look, I know everybody's in a hurry nowadays. You can't. Everybody in society is always late getting somewhere. But when it comes to the school campuses and the school buses and children getting on and off buses and vehicles, whatever the deal is, you just got to be patient, and you've got to do your part. And just slow everything down a little bit.
I tell you, I wouldn't want that weighing on my mind the rest of my life when something like that happens.
Absolutely
not. I was in a
not.
hurry to get somewhere.
Because
So
you're worried
it's
about
best
getting.
to be safe.
You're supposed to be somewhere 3-4 minutes ago, and going around is going to make that big of a difference, which is really not that big of a difference when it comes to a young child's life or limb or whatever the deal is, some type of injury. So,
So, Mr. Clanton, could you tell the listening audience who may or may not know who you are, just tell them a little bit about yourself, your background, kind of how you got to Murray County, and really, how you actually got to central office and doing what you're doing now?
Well, that's a long story, but
we got that much. We're okay.
We're good on time.
We're
good on time.
We're 35
good.
minutes to kick off. So
We're good on time. We're good on time.
We'll be short. I'm originally from California. I moved here in 2004, so I'm not one of these newbies, but I've been here a while.
20 years. You're a Southerner.
Yeah.
We're going to give you that. We're going to
Yeah.
give you that.
I did go to school in Arkansas for a while. I played football at Harding University. Go Bison. So then I went back to California, taught school for 7 years there as a special ed teacher. Then in 2004, I came out here and I started at Independence High School up in Williamson County. They opened up that school in 2004. I was a special ed teacher then. 2007, I believe it was, I moved down here. I went to Whitthorne Middle as an assistant principal. 2016 or so. I was there 9 years at Whitthorne. And then I became the principal at Baker. I was there 8 years. And then just last March, I came to the central office.
So you're kind of a new guy downtown.
Yes, sir. I am.
Now, the director of student services for Murray County Public Schools, the discipline end of it, the attendance end of it. What else are you? What else kind of under your cap as far as your job description goes?
Well, oh man, there's a lot. There's homeless that we have to deal with my team. There's migrant, which is people that move seasonally.
What if
to
someone
keep
isn't
work.
sending their child to school, and they're of school age? Are you called in to look at those cases also?
Yep, we have a team that kind of watches that along with each school has a team, and they watch attendance. And we have a tiered system: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Once they get into that Tier 3 system, they're summoned to court, or they go to the District Truancy Review Board.
Okay.
And then they are summoned to court, and then they have to appear in court, and answer questions from the judge. So it's not always positive in my position, but sometimes through those processes, you learn about what people are dealing with, and sometimes it's really some hard things, and so you can provide services, which is student services, for them, and we get that to them and hopefully help them.
So you're not really, you don't like to think of your job as a policing end of it. You like to think of it more as a servicing end of it.
Correct.
Does that?
Yes.
I mean, do you have the ability to police some bad activities or bad behavior, that type of thing? People that aren't following the rules set forward. I mean that's just part of the job.
Right. Unfortunately, that piece is there. As an educator, when I was a teacher, assistant principal, my philosophy is I want to keep the kid first. What can we do for the kid? And if I can help in any way possible, that's what I want to do. So I continue to try to keep the kid at my focus. So it's a little more difficult at this position because I'm a little bit more removed.
Right. As opposed to being at the school.
Correct. And when you're at the school, I was interacting with kids every day. I was out front. I was in the hallways.
You kind of get more of a feel. You get more of a feel about a young man's problem or a young lady's problem.
Absolutely.
And can see how you can interact with them and be on a first name basis, really.
Absolutely. And you build relationships.
Okay.
And that's in my opinion, that's what it's all about, is building relationships.
But now you have teams, like you said, at each school you have certain
attendance.
Okay, that their job is kind of be your eyes and ears.
Right. And
at that school, so that you kind of know what's going on.
Right, and they know the process to go through. Same thing with discipline. We go by our board policy, and that's a big thing. So
there you have it.
You got fans out there, John Michael. You got fans out there.
I know those folks too.
I do too.
I know.
He's a good man.
I don't admit it a lot, but I will this time.
And John Michael, before we go to break, appreciate you having you on. Talk a little bit about your team that works with you every day, and kind of a little bit what they do.
Well, I'm still learning my team, really, because it's big, but we've got Stacy English, Tracy Houston. They're helping me with attendance. They're helping me with a lot. They help me with all kinds of questions. I got Bobby Bush, who's our coordinator. He's doing all kinds of stuff. Homeless, migrant with Tracy, with Tracy, and then it's just a lot. I'm still trying to learn it all, but I'm sure Chris asked me to name them all. Or I don't know if he asked me to name them all, but he asked me to talk about my team, and I'll probably forget somebody.
How many kids are we talking about in the whole system, guys? Give me a number of
13,000.
13,000 plus.
13,000 plus girls and boys in the Maury County Public School system.
2,000 employees, is that right? Did I get that number right?
Yeah.
2,000, yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge big system.
Absolutely, and I commend all of you all for what you do, and thank you so much.
Absolutely,
because you all sacrifice so much, and I'll say it again. And I saw a meme on social media: teachers are more worried about the outcome than they are the income. And and I know you all will agree with me on that, and we certainly appreciate you all doing what you do.
Thank you.
Yes,
there you go.
Thank you.
Got a little choked up there, Keith. But
I think he just cleared his throat.
Hey, he cares about them kids. We all do, and we're going to take a break here on the Maury County Public Schools Game Day Show. When we return, Columbia Central Principal is going to join us, Miss Shonda Sparrow-Lang. So stick around. We'll be right back on Front Porch Sports Game Day. Maury County Schools. Stick around.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Be a bad man, yes you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. Alright, Columbus Avenue.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
We are back here live from Lindsey Nelson Stadium, home of the Columbia Central Lions, as we get ready to take on the Hunters Lane. Not Gators, but they sure do look like them.
Are they the Tigers?
That's a good
What is
question.
Hunters Lane? I can't tell. It's on the side of their helmets. I can't tell what
Warriors.
that is.
Warriors, wasn't it? Warriors.
Hunters Lane Warriors.
It took me a minute, but I got there. It's on the. It is on the side of that, but you can't read that on the newsprint.
Now, I want to tell everybody, normally on game day, when we have the Big Kahuna, we call her the Big Kahuna when she comes up here, but I don't think we're going to have the superintendent of schools, Lisa Ventura, up here.
I think she's still at the office working.
So I'm going to throw this Big Kahuna, being that we are at Columbia at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, right next to, in the Murray County Park, right next to Columbia Central High School. The Big Kahuna, as far as these folks are concerned, right here, is right in front of us. Ms. Shonda Sparrow Lang, and she's not up here on camera. As you guys, she's had a little surgery on her knee.
She's not hurt. She's not hurt, Drake. She's injured.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Principal Sparrow Lang, welcome to the show, and I'm glad you could join us. I'm sorry. How recently did you have surgery on your knee?
I had it last Thursday.
Oh, that's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
And
still with the stitches in it.
And then you got PT, you got all that physical therapy you got to do. And
Absolutely.
But hey, you're an athlete, right?
I think that's why I had it.
You think so?
I worked a little bit too hard back in those high school and college years. So.
Now, I know that you were hoping that Columbia Central could go over to Marshall County and come out with a win. What a hard fought, what a terrific game that was.
That really was. That was a very sleepless night. Friday night.
You didn't lose any big bets. You didn't lose any big wagers you can't tell us about, can you?
Well, actually, I volunteered to go on the pep bus. So
was
I
that
told
your
him,
first mistake, or was that?
I don't know, but I told the boys I did make a big bet with them, and I said, hey, if you come back, then I'll ask for forgiveness later with Miss Ventura, but we might have a late day, so I didn't win the bet. So it's just like they had to come to school. So
Well, they they redeemed themselves last week against Dixon County, and we had Coach Goff up here earlier, and I said, Coach Goff, I've seen a lot of football scores in my life, and I've watched a lot of football games, but I have never in my day seen a 22-2 final in a football game.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, deuces are wild. I played a lot of poker in my day. The deuces were wild that night. I'm just glad that Columbia Central was on the winning end of that.
I was too, and I was kind of laid up in my bed watching it on NFHS, watching the game. It kept stalling, so but I was calling Coach Gerard. I was like, hey, what's the score? So he kept telling me the score. So
well, there you go. Along with you have brought two of your faculty members with you today. Your assistant principal, Dr. Kara Curry.
That's it.
Is that correct?
That's
Kara
correct.
Curry.
Yes, sir.
All right. And also athletic director, Mr. Gerard Randolph.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And we're certainly glad to have you guys up here. And what a beautiful night here at
Oh my gosh, it's so
Lindsey
pretty.
Nelson Stadium. I love it when it gets a little cool, a little breeze out.
Going
then
Yep.
you can put on a pair of jeans or a pair of khakis and feel good about it.
Yep.
And it's football season.
That's right.
It really is a lot of fun.
3 of the 5 dream team, right?
That's right.
3 out of the 5 dream team.
We're missing a couple, but we got it.
Principal Sparrow Lang, tell us about your assistant principal and why she's so important to you here at the administration of Columbia Central High School.
You know what? I cannot say enough about this young lady. She kept my head above water over the summer. She helped me get acclimated to the school, so she has just been, I call her one of my little ride or die chicks. She's awesome. Data, relationships with students.
So men have wing men. She's your wing woman.
She is my wing woman.
Your wing woman, right?
She is that, among other things. So yeah, the students, the faculty, they absolutely love her. So you can tell her heart bleeds purple.
Always, yes.
And isn't it wonderful to have two individuals like this, including your athletic director, Gerard Randolph, to help you do your job, and then you can also turn around and help them do their job and let them do their job.
Absolutely.
Allowing employees or people that work with you, along with you, I wouldn't say under, but allowing them to do what they've been hired to do, and you don't have to worry about it is his peace of mind and allows you to do your job.
It is. And I think that's one of the things. We don't like to do titles at the school because we're just one family. So we complement each other. My weaknesses, they complement. Their weaknesses, I complement. So we just help each other. So I know that even if I'm out, and I've been out for a couple of days, they have just really taken it and kept it going.
We got you back.
A.D. Randolph, a lot going on here in Murray County Public School System. What's the newest thing going on here at Columbia Central High School that you could tell the folks about?
One of the exciting things that are going on is as far as facilities, our baseball fields and our softball fields are getting turf. That's a really big deal that's going on. It's going to be inviting to a lot of players that are in our program. So that's a really good thing that's going on. Football, I feel like we have a very competitive team. That's a good thing that's going on also at Columbia Central. So we're enjoying it. We got a young coaching staff, almost all of our programs, and really good coaches also. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those guys bring to the table here at Columbia Central.
Hey Drake.
Yeah.
And he's missing something he hadn't told you. You also sitting at this moment, you're sitting up here with another Middle Tennessee State great, Back in the Boots Donnelly days.
Boots Donnelly.
Yeah, he was a senior when I rolled in there. We swapped some Boots Donnelly stories already.
Yeah.
Well, obviously here at Game Day, the legends abound that you don't. I mean, they just
I'm telling you, they're coming out of the woodwork, aren't they?
Literally coming out of the woodwork and walking up on this stage. It's just incredible. We are up against our final break. I want to thank Miss Dr. Kara Curry, Assistant Principal, Athletic Director Gerard Randolph, and for tonight, the big kahuna, Principal Shonda Sparrow-Lang for being with us. You all enjoy the football game.
You.
Go Lions.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back on the Front Porch Sports Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Do you wanna be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you wanna taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue. He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
We're back, and it is time now to do our picks for week number 3.
What do you want to start off with?
We're
You
going
want
to
to
start.
You want to start with Spring Hill,
Spring
Maplewood?
Hill and Maplewood. Jonathan Berry, what you got?
Spring Hill and Maplewood. I believe tonight that Murray County will, as a whole, go Metro and O. So I'm going to go Spring Hill 21, Maplewood 0.
Eric?
I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it, but I think that it may be a winning night for Spring Hill. I don't think it'll be 21-0. I don't think they can get out that easy, but I do see them winning maybe 13-12.
You know what? I was going to say that I was thinking 17-16, somewhere like 17-16. Spring Hill. Spring Hill by a point. Spring Hill by a point over Maplewood.
I'm going to go Spring Hill 20-13.
Oh.
Keith Stacy.
18-6. Spring Hill.
18-6.
I was going 21-13 Spring Hill.
And 21-13. So we're all in agreement that
Spring Hill
is over Maplewood tonight.
Yeah, they're Metro no.
Mount Pleasant at Waverly, Jonathan.
Mount Pleasant at Waverly. I believe Mount Pleasant is going to travel well tonight. I believe Mount Pleasant will take on Waverly. I believe they'll give them 14-3, Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
It's a long ride. Mount Pleasant's putting some points up. Waverly hadn't won a game. I'm going to say 35-12, Mount Pleasant.
35. I don't think Waverly breaks into double digits. I'm going to say 36-9.
I was gonna go 34-14. So since you were in that range, I'll just stick with it. 34-14.
I got Mount Pleasant 35-14.
Ooh. What about it, AD?
Same thing, 35-14.
Okay, 35-14. All right. Next game, you all want to do the. What about the CA Friendship Christian?
No scores on that.
Where
no
they playing?
scores,
Where
no
they playing?
predictions. They're playing it at CA.
It's at CA.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be much of a game, is it? Of course, CA might be a little upset over the web feet coming. The web feet came in there, and
they were missing. They were missing Harrison Brownlee and Monte Baldwin in the first half because they didn't show up to school on time. So that didn't help.
Okay.
Once they got into the game in the second half, it became a really close football game. So I've got CA going to win tonight, but it's going to be close.
Okay. All right. Now let's
right here. Hunters Lane at Columbia Central. What you got, Jonathan?
I tell you what, Hunters Lane looks good in the uniforms, but I think our Columbia Central Lions will also go Metro No tonight, and I believe they will pull off a win 35-7.
24-7, Columbia Central.
And, I tell you what, to finish out the 14 parlay here in Murray County Public School Systems, I'm going to go with the Columbia Central Lions, and I'm going to say 31-3. Columbia Central Lions tonight.
Well, before I give my pick, I'm going to say that Columbia is this close to winning their region. They had losses last year to Shelbyville and Tullahoma. They've got Shelbyville next week. That's a huge game for them next week. They've got Tullahoma in 3 weeks, and in between they've got Lawrence County. Those are must-wins for this Columbia team. Now tonight, a non-region game against Hunters Lane out of Nashville is another opportunity for Columbia to iron out some wrinkles, get some things right, get everybody on the same page, and they're going to do it 28-7 Central.
Okay.
Chris?
31-14 Central.
Okay.
I got Central as well, but I think scoring points has been at a premium for this Central team, so I'm going to go 20-6.
Okay.
So there you go. That's going to do it for Murray County Public Schools Game Day. Thanks for hanging out with us here on WKOM. Barry Duke is coming your way here in just a moment, so we'll see you then.